All right, good morning and welcome back to Big Rooster's Corner. I'm your host, Big Rooster. I have a channel disclosure. Disclaimer notice. This is not a friendly kid channel. However, it is a 420 F word friendly channel. If you're not 420 friendly, or when the F word pops out, you are offended, then don't watch our content. Wouldn't you like to be in Big Rooster's yard? If you do subscribe to my yard, welcome back. If you don't subscribe, think about subscribing today. Subscription is free and nothing to download. Just give it a thumbs up, click the subscribe button, and you are subscribed. It's showtime, people. Cock-a-doodle, fucking do. It's time to wake and bake and smell the coffee. In my yard on Big Rooster's Corner, we have trending news and lots of other topics with just common sense thinking. This is episode 35 on Wednesday, 4/7/2021. My shout-outs go to the veterans and active military. As an honorably discharged veteran, I know all that they do. The 505 for being a great place to live, and to my viewers and subscribers. All right. Commentary begins. Yeah, it's a little chilly today with the wind. The wind should let up by Saturday. The wind was really bad yesterday. I was going to yard sale, but the wind was horrendous. It was like 50, 60 mile an hour gusts most of the day. It was terrible. Today, it's still a little windy to do my yard sale, so I'm going to hold off till again tomorrow. It shouldn't be as windy tomorrow or Friday, just breezy. And there is a difference in New Mexico with windy and breezy. Breezy, 15, 20, 25 mile an hour. Windy, 40 and up. So we have a different classification on that here than other people. All right, breaking news. Harris is moving into the Naval Observatory after renovation delays, and Arkansas lawmakers enact transgender youth treatment ban. And Texas woman confesses to killing daughters 1 and 6 by smothering them, 50 reports. Well, somebody should smother that bitch. I had a mother like that. Rooster's top topics. 6 dead in apparent murder-suicide after brothers made a pact. And 50 says this in Allen, Texas. What's going on with Texas? And arrests and deportations of immigrants in U.S. illegally drop under Bambi with shift in priorities. And the CBP stopped 2 men on the terror watch list at the border. However, they say it is rare. However, 2 men were from Yemen. Was found with cell phone SIM card was found in the sole of his shoe. Yeah. I mean, if it's rare, then work a little harder. These are not the only terrorists entering from the border. And this is why we need a wall, folks. And police chief testified kneeling on Floyd's neck violated policy. Well, yeah. I was an MP for a short period of time in the military, and we were never taught to do that. I mean, and we're taught shit that the everyday cops in the real world aren't taught. And we were never taught to kneel on somebody's neck like that, especially for fucking 9 minutes or so. It's just ridiculous. And in local news, passenger charged in crash that killed 2 children makes her first court appearance. They should fry them bitches too. And Senator Heinrich meets with National Guard member. And Albuquerque turning Gibson Medical Center into homeless center. That's a pretty nice building. They should be able to do a lot of good out of that building. It's a pretty big building. And APS continues to deal with internet issues as students return. And America's Toy Scout in town to buy your vintage toys. Yeah, probably for like $1. Zober returns to Decades Project. They are seeking artists for this project. They burned the Zobra September 3rd, I believe, every year. Last year, it wasn't done because of COVID. So I think they're going to do it this year. In Interior Holland in New Mexico, talking federal aid for tribal communities. It's about damn time somebody gets on that. I mean, they were here long before any of us. And if they need, and if anybody needs some fucking help, they do. You ought to see the poverty. The U.S. just kept them in poverty. It's just, they have casinos and shit, but, if you go to the outlying areas, it's severe poverty. Something needs to be done with that. In this century, we should not be living in that type of poverty. Everybody should have water, electric, roof over their head, food on the table, health care, a job if you're able to work, Social Security if you're not. We should be a society that has these things by now. I mean, we've been working at it for over a couple hundred years, so we should have this ironed out by now. But, as I always say, the United States government are very slow fucking learners. And in national news, PG&E charged in 2019 California fire, and one person killed on Easter in a park shooting in Birmingham, Alabama, 50 says. And 2 sailors wounded after Navy medic opens fire near Fort Detrick. Deceased suspect has been identified. And a pregnant mom kicked off a flight for a 2-year-old not wearing a mask. I seen the news clip. The kid was eating and drinking. When the kid was done eating and drinking, you put the mask on the kid. I mean, wouldn't anybody else want to take their mask down to eat or drink? Just saying. And doormen who appeared to watch attack on Asian woman in New York City were fired. Yes, they should have been because they were pussies and they didn't do anything about it. So they don't need to be in security. They're scaredy cats, So family sues after California man dies in taco eating contest. Wow. Okay. Maybe you shouldn't eat so many fucking tacos. World and international news. 50 in Belgium have seized 27.64 tons of cocaine in the port of Antwerp since February. And Delhi Metro issues new travel rules for the month of April amid COVID surge. Moving along to politics. Grump got evicted from the swamp. However, some of his people are trying to stick around. And McConnell warns Biz of political speech. Says it's stupid. Well, he's stupid. And Bambi administration deploys the Civil Rights Act to stop a $7 billion highway project in Houston, Texas. Why, if you're talking infrastructure, that's infrastructure. This fucking mutant is a moron. If you're going to build infrastructure and you have a $7 billion highway project already in the makings, let the fucking people build the highway. Okay? That's building infrastructure. We have more people, we have more cars, we have more traveling, which means our roads are antiquated and need to be larger. And that's just the facts of it. We're growing. So, move along, dumbass. And Justice Breyer says big Supreme Court changes could diminish trust. Well, I don't really think that the Supreme Court could diminish trust any more than they already have. It's like a fucking zoo. The United States government is a fucking zoo. And that guy always like to say, the U.S. government is not my zoo and they are not my monkeys. In business and tech, LG was shut down smartphone business in July to focus on smart home robotics. Why? LG makes a great phone. I've had LG forever. They make a great phone. But I guess everybody has to move on into the future, and robotics is the future. So, anyway, I did have to buy a different phone this time at Metro, and it seems to be a nice phone. It's got a big screen and everything, and HD video and all that crap. So it's a pretty decent phone, although I really do like LG products. And Jack in the Box says it's discontinuing its popular burger. Oh, that sucks. And in science and tech, a spike in the Arctic lightning strikes may be linked to climate changes. And newly made laser cooled animator could test foundations of modern physics. And a meteor may have exploded over Antarctica 430,000 years ago. How the fuck they know this shit? They weren't alive then. You know? International astronomy team reveal images of star-forming galaxies. They say light from the galaxy has been traveling for billions of years to reach Earth. Now here's another thing. How the fuck do they know it's been traveling for billions of years? Does it have a calendar on it, a clock on it? Were some of them born a billion years ago, seen it leave, and then were reincarnated a billion years later? I don't know. Fucking seems kind of hokey at why they say billions and millions. I mean, come on. You know, fossils, I understand. You can do that. Rocks, shit like that. Not fucking light. Come on. All right, moving along to something more sensible. Health and wellness. Bambi set to announce he's moving the deadline for all U.S. adults to be eligible for the COVID-19 by April 19th. And 5 U.S. states account for almost half of the new COVID infections. And European Medicines Agency finds AstraZeneca shot can cause rare blood clots with low platelet counts. And in entertainment news, Fallon addresses controversial Ray segment that didn't credit dance creators. And Lil Nas X hopes haters are sad as controversial new song hits #1. And disgraced movie producer Harvey Weinstein appeals rape conviction. Yeah, I don't think that's going to fly too good. And Underwood speaks out after Osbourne talk exit, says she hasn't apologized yet. Well, here's my thought. Why should she? She was attacked and goaded into a hostile answer. And then she kept asking something, and that Underwood just stood there and looked, I don't know, like she was stupid. She wouldn't answer the fucking question. And she asked it multiple times. I don't know. I just think the whole thing's stupid. Everybody gets bent over a comment. And Janie says she doesn't regret not getting married or having kids and says she thinks she'll do fine. And some people, you know, if you can't be a mother or you don't want to be a mother, then don't be one. You don't want to get married? Don't get married. Pretty fucking simple, people. And some of DMX's 15 kids, yes, folks, 15 fucking kids, among visitors with their dad in a vegetative state. Great. So all the children can see what it's like when you do that stupid shit. You know, maybe some of them will learn. I mean, hell, if you get 8 out of 15, you're over 50%. And in trending news, the Army sends additional investigators to Fort Sill following sexual assault allegation. And North Korea says it won't take part in Tokyo Olympic Games. Who the fuck needs them to anyway? And social media. Bachelor Matt James and Rachel were spotted in New York City together. Well, isn't that fucking enlightening? And in sports. Local sports, UNM baseball cancels weekend games due to the COVID. In baseball, Angel Star throws a 100-mile-an-hour wild pitch, drills in home run in historic start. And in the NFL, 2 of Deshaun Watson's accusers take their claim public, and over 20 women have filed civil assaults anonymously. That's a lot, people. Jets trade Darnold to Panthers for clear path to take a quarterback at the number 2 in the draft this year. And in NBA, LeBron James recreates iconic hat dump with Lola Bunny in Space Jam. And in college hoops, Baylor beats Gonzaga 86-70. Gonzaga played sloppy the whole game. It was just terrible to see it, to see such a good team play that way. And Baylor just wanted to win more than they did. They started out strong and ended strong. Once they started out, and I called it in the first 6-8 minutes, when they got, 10, 12 points ahead, it's pretty much game over when you got a team of that caliber. They can play like that. Hockey, I don't have anything to report this week on that subject. And MMA, former MMA fighter Tyler East killed in Los Lunas after reporting the fighter shot his girlfriend. A unidentified man shot and killed the cage fighter. Well, yeah, he's a cage fighter. Why should he be, first off, hitting a woman, secondly, shooting a woman, And why take your chances without a gun when you know he has a gun? And former Olympic wrestler has a finger torn off during an MMA fight. Pretty brutal, huh? All right, let's move on to weather forecast. The next 4 days in local weather in Moriarty, Torrance County, New Mexico. Today is Wednesday. It's sunny and windy. 67 high and a 39 low. And tomorrow on Thursday, it's going to be sunny and windy again with a 73 high and a 37 low. On Friday, it's going to be sunny and breezy. The wind dies down. 70 high and a 40 low. On Saturday, sunny and very low breeze, they say. 69 high and 32 low. National weather news, lava flows from the new fissure at Iceland volcano. And a twister in Argentina is no typical tornado. All right, well, stay tuned on Sunday. I'll bring the weather again with sports and other things in that area. And word genius of the day, bobtail. It's part of the speech. It's a noun. Its origin is Middle English. It's mid-16th century. And the definition, a docked tail of a horse or dog. And a sentence, the Australian sheepdog has a natural genetic bobtail. Now, do we all feel smarter? I do. Let's move on to stupid alert, dumb-ass people. A North Carolina woman arrested after child brings 260 grams of cocaine to elementary school, 5-0 reported. What the fuck? Wow. And as far as Florida dumb criminals, I didn't do one today. There is none to report. They haven't updated anything. Everything I've seen is old. So, although Florida does have more dumb criminals per capita than anywhere else in the world, you just can't make that shit up, people. And Florida, here's your slogan once again. Visit the No Sunshine State. We are the armpit of America, and our state is even shaped like one. And Florida is definitely the embarrassment of the United States. And what are we doing here, America? All right. Well, I'm going to start a new vlog series. It's Build Your Own House vlog. I've been doing a design on regular paper to work out the details before putting them on a blueprint. So in order to build your own house, it takes planning, planning, planning. Those are the 3 top things that you can do to build your own house. In the first vlog, I talked about doing a manufactured house on there. And I showed my property of 5 acres with a mountain view behind. That was so far a horrible fucking experience for my wife and I. Oh, my God. Listen, they wanted almost $100,000 for a 16 by 68 shitbox, plus interest. And it comes with a great 30-year mortgage. And we've decided that we just are not going to do that. We've been tied down with mortgages before. It sucks. So listen, if you build a moderate-sized house and you do the work yourself, and you watch my vlogs, I will teach you how to plan, design, draft, file permits, and then we'll get into the building part. So it's going to be a couple-year project to do, but I'm going to bring you videos on how to do this. Don't fall victim to high mortgage payments for 30 fucking years for a fucking $10,000 shit box that they're charging you $100,000 for. It's just not worth it, people. So, you can build a moderate house. You can achieve a well-built house instead of an overpriced wobbly box with a 30-year mortgage by just paying attention to my future vlogs on Build Your Own House. I have experience in this. I went to college for drafting. In high school, I took drafting. And I even did drafting for a job part-time when I was in school. So I'm going to teach you how to do a blueprint. I'm going to teach you how to budget. I'm going to teach you all the ins and outs of building your own house. I did it for years. So pay attention to that. You may want to reconsider mortgaging, financing, buying something you don't really want. So pay attention to that. You're going to learn something. So stay tuned for the introductory of my vlog coming soon. All you need is an open mind and a willing, able body to do the work. I mean, you can hire some friends and crap, but pay attention to it. It solely depends on your will to overcome obstacles of learning. And you can be mortgage free within 6 to 8 years, maybe 8 to 10 years, but that's still not 30 years. With a custom built house that you built. Anyway, one last thing. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Yahoo at Big Rooster. It's the address is big_rooster_420. Once again, that's big_rooster_420. Some of my other vlogs include 420 News and Sunday Morning Coffee on Sundays. Of course, hence the name. And Big Rooster book reviews. I review books that I wrote, and I read a few chapters of the books to get some interest in them. The book that is out now is Marshall of South Fork, J. Quickdraw. It's a Western in the 1870s. It's a series going all the way up into the 1900s. I'm on the second book now, 3/4 of the way done. Should be available by summertime. And it is available on Amazon in Kindle and paperback version. So please check it out. Buy a book. And so until next time, just remember we're working hard to bring you trending news and common sense thinking. So once again, if you like this content, give it a thumbs up. Click the subscribe button to Big Rooster's Corner. It's not that hard, people. And there is nothing to download once again. Just click the button. That will do it for today's episode. So until next time, smoke medical marijuana for your mental health. The mind you save could be your own. Stay safe and do not trust the fucking government. Come back on Sunday for more trending news and much more. It's all good in the yard. Thank you for viewing my vlog today. I will see you next time. Get fucking real, America. This is Big Rooster, and I'm out.